98.4% of marketers will spend the majority of their time trying to generate hungry buyer leads. Very few will succeed. Will you be one of the lucky ones? Okay, that percentage was totally just made up and pulled out of the air, but you get the message. You get the point I'm trying to make. Everyone who's ever dominated with phone leads knows these hands-free secrets, and now you can discover them too. Dear future lead gen specialist, it's depressing, isn't it? Around 98.4% of marketers will spend majority of their time trying to generate hungry buyer leads this year, and very few will succeed. Some people will get enough business to break even each month, and few others will enjoy a bit of play money at the end of the month. But nearly everyone else will be in the exact same place they were last month, or even worse. Maybe it's even happened to you already. You sit down first thing in the morning, fired up, ready to hit the phones with your new hot contact list, but you end up staring at it, dreading the constant rejection, and occupy yourself with busy work instead. Because you can always call them tomorrow, right? There's plenty of other stuff to do. Or perhaps you try to email them your amazing offer instead, because that's just as good, right? But instead, no one replies. Or you get remove me from your list in all caps with a few extra colorful words for good measure. It's frustrating. It's humiliating. It's exhausting. And sometimes it feels like no matter what you do, you're just never going to enjoy cold calling leads and prospects, even though you know it'll be the most profitable thing you could ever do today. Listen, if you've ever felt like this, let me reassure you that you're not the only one. And let me also tell you that it's not your fault you've tried and failed before. You see, the reason why you can't just power through and go for no, which is the most popular sales advice you're going to get in these days, is because there's a deep rooted fear in most humans that is terrified of speaking. I mean, think about it. Public speaking is the number one fear in the entire human race. It's even feared 2 to 1 over death. Over death. That means when you are at a funeral, most people would rather be the one in the casket than the one that has to give the eulogy. And that's the truth. After all, if you had some super sneaky way to market like everyone else, that you could avoid all the cold calling your prospects and have them calling you like most of the pros do, wouldn't that be nice? Ah, to be so lucky. But you weren't born with a slick, over extroverted gift of gab. You don't have a silver tongue and thick skin like a Los Angeles rhino. Los Angeles rhino. You get it? Come on, keep up. Los Angeles, plastic surgery. They already have thick skin. Everyone in LA is. Forget it. Never mind. Moving on. You probably don't even have a degree in psychology and human emotions and a therapist on speed dial to get through the drudge of phone selling either. So it's no wonder that what you've been trying to do didn't give you a flood of new clients and sales you wanted. It's no wonder that everyone else makes it look so easy while you struggle to keep a steady flow of new prospects filling your waiting list just for a chance to speak with you so you can sell them your product or service. How awesome would that be? Well, until now, that is. Introducing reverse cold calling, the first step by step system to turn cold calling completely on its head and get red hot leads calling you with their credit cards out, ready to buy. That's right, you too can pick and choose who you want as a buyer, even though you hate cold calling them more than eggplant creme brulee. If you haven't tried it already, don't do it. It's bad. Okay, I'm gonna go sidebar here for a second. I just want to share with you this is the course that I have been begged not to share for years. This is something I've only shared with my private clients and my other high end courses, and every time I show it to someone new, they say, please do not share this. This is not a joke. I am actually been told to never share this method to the public because they don't want their competition getting something like this because it is that powerful. I promise you, this is going to work like nothing you've ever seen, and people have told me over and over and over, do not share this. And now After years of using this successfully and people wondering where I've been and what I've been doing all this time, I am finally releasing this. So, back to where we were. It seems a little hard to believe, doesn't it? After all, you've tried putting your business in hyperdrive before, but you're not really any better off than before. So it feels like too much hope for you to believe that this simple blueprint really could be the solution to generating high quality buyers for your product or service effortlessly. But this push button system is unlike any you've ever tried before. That's because it uses a slick little free software along with my killer script to automate the whole process where you get sales without ever even speaking to anyone until they're already ready to buy in just minutes from now. Yes, I have a video inside where I show doing this within minutes. My phone is still ringing while I'm recording the video. The phone just keeps ringing over and over and over again. So you'll discover the ultimate secret of relating to someone's core desire so easily that they cannot help but to call you. You simply can't fail once you know this because it's a psychological trigger you're going to set off in their head that makes them seem silly if they don't call you. It's a surefire way to instantly filter out time wasters and dead leads, saving you thousands of lost time and money. I know me personally, I'm very busy, and the last thing I want to do is spend hours and hours on calls with people who have no intention of buying or don't have the means to buy whatsoever. So this little trick filters them out so you're only talking to the people who are ready to hand you money. Plus, you'll even get new business from referrals quicker and easier than you ever thought possible when you use this strategy. I know this sounds like bold claims, but I've used these strategies to sell products, properties, fill events, and even build a massive email database almost overnight. I've shared these same strategies with countless other online marketers, real estate agents, investors, offline consultants, and more, and they've all increased their sales within days. And I know these little known reverse cold calling secrets will work for you too. Now it's your turn to get results. Because not only are you getting the system responsible for tens of thousands of leads generated for people just like you every single day, yet if you act now, you will get this insane bonus. Trevor Emden and I, P. James, Coach Comeback Holland, creator of Real Estate CPR and the 10K in 60 Days Real Estate book, have teamed up with one of the best in the industry, Jason Fladlian. Look at you all fancy. You go, James, with name dropping and all that jazz. Well, when you've been doing this for a while, you meet a lot of people and you get with some of the big names. If you're new to this, you may not know who he is. So just do a little bit of Googling. I don't have time to give you his whole background and how awesome it is to be able to share with you some content from the minds of Jason Fladlian, but I'll just give you this short little bit. Um, he started a small little company while living in a one-bedroom apartment above his shop with his dad. Um, and he started out one of his first products was selling a $4 ebook on how to write fast and is now a multi-millionaire. And that's a text he got from his partner, Wilson Matos, telling them they just crossed the $4 million mark in 1 year in sales from that little nobody bunking up with his dad in a tiny little shack selling $4 ebooks to multi-millionaire. Again, Google the name if you don't know who it is. If you're in this industry, you probably have come across him once or twice before. And we have him sharing his number one skill behind his success, everything you need to know about effortless selling. This is being thrown in absolutely free. Yes, we've got content from one of the greatest on selling, sharing all of his secrets and spilling the beans. You pair this with reverse cold calling, and you'll be absolutely unstoppable. Now, are you ready to hire staff to help you with all the new leads? Because that's exactly what's going to happen. You won't be able to manage all of the calls coming in, and you will need to bring someone else in to help you. That's a promise. Here's a sneak peek at what you're going to get when you order now. You'll find out a deceptively simple way to get more leads than you can ever handle calling you within minutes of using the system. It's not an exaggeration, minutes. You'll discover what your annoying drunk uncle has to do with the discovery that led to this breakthrough free software that you're going to be using that makes it all work. Warning, don't even think of dialing another lead until you learn how presenting your offer first can sabotage you ever making a sale. You'll also learn how to quickly and easily top tier buyer leads without spending a dime on advertising. That's how to find them and get them. You'll discover what the savvy marketer insiders know about pitching without pitching. And are you making any of these 9 cold calling mistakes? Find out in video 3. You might be surprised what you're doing. You'll also find out how to avoid getting hung up on. Never again will you have to face the rejection of the profanity hang up. You'll also learn a 3-step strategy for marketing in any niche you desire. It's easier than you think. As I mentioned, this works in real estate agents, investors, online marketers, CPA, affiliate offers, selling your own products or services, offline consulting, business to business, or business to consumer. It just flat out works. You'll get a surefire strategy for scaling up in a huge way. Now, this you're going to love. If you happen to already have staff and plenty of people in a large team, then you're going to go right to the scaling up portion of it, and you can blast this out in a major way. Plus, you'll even find out how to get paid upfront for using this free software for clients in just 180 minutes flat. You'll amaze yourself with this neat little trick. Once clients find out what you're doing and the amount of leads you can generate, there will be people who are paying you upfront just for this knowledge that you know on how to use this free system that doesn't cost you anything, and much, much more. By the time you finish reviewing reverse cold calling, you'll know everything you need to know about driving hot leads to sales in minutes, guaranteed. Now, I know you're excited about finally getting a free traffic source that is effortless, but I also know what you're thinking. How much, right? You've seen those other sales training that cost hundreds, thousands, even tens of thousands. And I know because I've taken most of them. I'm a firm believer in education and I buy and read every course that I can get my hands on. And you're probably thinking that you're going to have to invest at least $497 in order to get this course from me. Tell you what, it's worth twice the price as those other trainings simply because my system gives you results in minutes without you having to learn a single thing. But you don't have to pay 9,997. You don't have to pay 997. You don't even have to pay $97. Because if you act now, your total investment is just that tiny number you see below this video right now. You know this is a good deal because if you hired me to do this personally for your business, you'd be paying around 10,000 a month and you would have to pay a portion of the profits. Isn't learning an evergreen phone sales system worth at least a couple 20s to you? Of course it is. And that's why you need to click the big blue button that says, Yes, I want hungry leads to order your copy now before this introductory price disappears. Are you still on the fence? Still not convinced that this is the absolute best way to avoid cold calling ever again? Then let me sweeten the pot just a little bit more for you. Act now and you'll also get Trevor's exclusive Hypno Words absolutely free. This guide will give you the most powerful banned trigger words that make your offers irresistible to buyers. Plus, you'll find out how to quietly persuade them without even know they're being sold to. Wizard of Wisdom Trevor Emden is a master of the art of the language. Using words to persuade and get other people to do your bidding is one of his specialties. And this course was selling for much, much higher than this, and he is willing to throw his hypno words in absolutely free. You're also going to learn how to craft a message that makes them feel it was written just for them. The paint by numbers way. It's easy. People will just open up to you so easily because they'll think you've touched them on exactly what they've been looking for and they'll wonder where you've been all this time. And much more. So, if you've ever wanted to convince people that they can't live without your offer, then this is the best way to do it and get them calling you to buy your service. If you order reverse cold calling today, you get the secret to selling anything and Hypno Words absolutely free. Both of those two bonuses with Jason Fladland and Trevor Endem, the Wizard of Wisdom. So act now. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. So go ahead and order reverse cold calling risk free right now. Use these ninja strategies, enjoy the results for full 30 days. If you're unsatisfied for any reason, this training isn't everything that you ever said it is, then send us an email with full, prompt, cheerful refund. And that's just my way of saying thank you for trying reverse cold calling. You can keep Hypno words and the secret of selling absolutely free. I can't be any more fair than that. So order now. Order now to lock in the lowest price that you're ever going to see. Because if you act now, your total investment is just what you see below, but this special price could end when the time reaches zero. So click the order button below now. Get started because you deserve triple your profits this week between Trevor Emden, P. James Holland, and special guest Jason Fladley. So, P.S. Go ahead and look around because you won't find a better, more affordable way to get cold calling leads without calling anyone. And that's a promise. So, order risk free right now because you too can be profiting by morning. Okay, are you still here? If you're listening to this now and you're hearing this version, that means you are part of the beta release. You got here early because you were just on my list or Trevor's list or one of our private quiet launch that we are doing. So I know in this industry, you probably think the whole timer thing and beta release is just a ploy, and you can see other people's products and you come back months later and the product is still there and still available. If you have been on my list for any time and know the way I do it, you know that's absolutely not true. If you want to take some time and go back to even search some of my other products, you'll notice they all started very, very, very low price, and you cannot even buy them anymore, or they are at least 10 times the price. This is not a game. Go search my products, things that you probably bought, you'll notice they are probably 10 times the price you purchased them now. When I am doing a beta release to initial launch, I am just simply testing the market because I want to see how excited, get some initial feedback and testimonials, and see how excited the market is and how they respond. What is missing from it, what can be added to it, and I take advice and feedback very seriously, and I need that feedback in order to improve it and make the course better. So once it comes down, once that timer goes away and this product comes down, it will go away. I will take the advice, revamp it, update it, make it better, and relaunch it at probably at least four, five, six, or usually 10 times the price when I take it public. Again, if there are any extra offers once you get in the inside, bonus offers, same thing. I know people in this industry like to save the links and come back and buy it later. That won't work. Promise you. If you get inside and there's any special offers or bonus offers made and you think you're going to save it and come back later at a later time, it will be gone. I'm just telling you now, don't send me the emails stating I wanted that offer, I had it, I just needed a day or two and I came back and now it's gone. It will be gone. When it says one time offer or special limited offer, I know this industry has trained you that that doesn't mean anything, but remember, I'm not in this industry. I am not the regular person. I stick with what I do. I say what I do. And if you're in, when we do get the feedback and do all the updates and release it, you will still have lifetime access to all the updates and all the new material that comes your way. So there will be expansions. We plan on really, really breaking this out in a big way because I just enjoy this process and this method, and I think it's going to be into turning into something really huge. So when it does go big and we expand on it, you will still have access at this extremely ridiculously low price you see on the page right now. But if you leave, come back at your own will. If it is a different price, don't say I didn't warn you. Anyway, I am P. James Holland. I want to thank you for being part of this early release, being on my list, or a member knows me. I do appreciate you. Could do nothing without you. And no, I really mean that. I appreciate you being on my list, reading my emails, the encouragement if you came from one of my blog posts or social media or anywhere else, how you have find me from a book, webinar, presentation, podcast. It doesn't matter. Any of your support is absolutely amazing. Whether you join or not, I appreciate you. So, hopefully, hit the button below, and I'll see you on the inside.